fall again and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. This that splash, this that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here.
For my money, it's the best time of the year, playoff football time, as postseason action descends upon FedEx Field just outside of D.C. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Carolina Panthers and the Washington football team. For the right to return here in 2 weeks for Super Bowl 56, we are underway in L.A. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
On the return, the Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
For Christian McCaffrey. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now.
2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Bridgewater going to give this to McCaffrey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. From the gun, Bridgewater. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Eli Apple. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And, look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Love. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington 1st down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the Panthers' 28-yard line.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, but now it's 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
65, 20, 20. Check. Hey, check, Mike.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Strong coverage by Carolina. And on we go to 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. A first down throw for Bridgewater. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Another run, this time McCaffrey. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Try and pick it up with McCaffrey. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. Christian McCaffrey unable to get to the marker. And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they were in field goal range last time out, but couldn't connect.
It's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
Check 26, check 26. Great. 152.
On 1st and 10, Newton. And he'll complete this to Gibson. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 2nd down.
Antonio Gibson. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
gun. Under 10. Under 10. 10.
On the ground with Bryce Love, the former Stanford Cardinal. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 at the 34-yard line.
We're scoreless after 1.
Quarter with no score.
Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
The tackle by Brian Burns brings up 3rd down.
And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Slam,
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
He was brought down at the 26. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Well, partner, this drive has been a model of efficiency. They've done everything they've wanted to, and the defensive guys, they've got to be getting frustrated. They can't figure out how to get off the field.
Now on 1st and goal, a chance to get a leg up in this NFC title game.
We got 3, 20.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Check. Front down. 8. Gun.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and goal.
On 3rd down, it's Gibson. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Brings up 4th and goal.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard attempt. And Hopkins' kick is good. And it's 3-0 Washington. So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. This is McCaffrey. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing is Bridgewater. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. 2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report in a bit. The coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Bridgewater, a play fake to McCaffrey. He'll look to throw. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football.
Cam Newton sacked.
And Joseph Charlton and the punt team on now for the Panthers. Back deep is Philip Dorsett. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 42-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down. He gets this to Davante Adams. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
On the 44-yard line.
Play action. It's Newton. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. Now Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 more yards there and another first down. Off play action, Newton. And this is caught at the 8. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Washington, first down. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Oh, that is a complete shank. It's no good. Off to the right. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the half will begin with a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
2nd and 6 at the 29.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. And they give this time to the tailback. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
Check. 20. Check out. Hot. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out.
running the sweep with McLaurin. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think that's a pretty nice job defensively against the Jets sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
Watch the run, watch the run. Check 13, check 13.
On the option, here's Newton. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Gibson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll keep it on the ground. Gibson. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down. Stopped at the Panthers' 31. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Dustin Hopkins now for the Washington field goal. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. Hopkins' kick is good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. McCaffrey following the penalty. Broke a tackle, but not much room there ultimately. Just up past the 25 and no further. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Third and short yardage, Bridgewater. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up fourth down. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
32-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing is Newton. Escaping the pressure right. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. On first down, it's Gibson, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll keep it on the ground. Gibson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 16 yards, a first down.
For Washington. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Check 52. Kill. 8. Watch safety creep.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Big Derek Brown making the stop. 1 quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Man, I got you. 25. Check 25. Check 8. Kill.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Washington on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Newton. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. And the screen only good for 3 that time, but it'll bring up a 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here.
30-yard attempt.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, that one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a one-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been 2 scores. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. I tell you what, it's kind of hard to imagine. They have not scored a single point, and yet they're in this position. A touchdown drive here, and they're in the lead.
Normally, when you have 0 on your side of the ledger on the scoreboard, you're a little bit discouraged. But when they look over and see their opponents, they don't see a number that's way out there. They don't see a number they can't attain. In fact, they can get it right here on this drive and potentially take the lead.
At the 28-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. On the ground, McCaffrey. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to the ground on 1st, it's McCaffrey. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 2 yards on the carry there, it'll be 2nd down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy is nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Bridgewater. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
First down.
Now a run with McCaffrey. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Geis. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Geis, the ball carrier.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll run with McCaffrey. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Let's get off the field.
Play fake. Bridgewater. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And no, it's incomplete. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And Washington will have it on a turnover on downs. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And the pressure mounting with every passing minute. It's palpable right now. They're on top in the fourth quarter, clinging to that lead. Potential Super Bowl berth resting on their ability to manage the clock and manage that small lead. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 37-yard line.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
He's checking crunch. 8. Check. Crunch.
He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Here I come again. Hey, alert 3. Time go. Check. Back.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11.
Check three.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Gibson. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
And indeed, they will keep it on the ground. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
That's a safety creek. Watch the shoot.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.
That's it. Right to the 3, 2. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. You can choose the mic. Watch Mike. You gonna get this one? You think you gonna get this?
And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left.
That's it. Bring it in. Here we go. Double time.
And they will take a knee here. The last two plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Charles, let's focus for a second on the losing side. In a couple months, they may look back and say, wow, it was a great season. But right now, I guarantee they're feeling no sugarcoating on this one.
And you can already see the T-shirts at training camp next year, can't you? Unfinished business. Because they've got to find a way to motivate these guys to go through all the same pain, right? All the same tough stuff, and find their way back and give themselves a chance to win this game again next year.
And that does it for the conference championship. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And for our entire crew, we'll see you 2 weeks at the Super Bowl. This is the NFL on EA Sports.